Then one day in March or so, March 43, or was it in February in 43, we were starting from Suez and went on a long, long voyage of 2 months on the invitation of the King of Great Britain, but for 5th class on a water line. And it was a Cape Town castle, a converted passenger ship, converted as a troop carrier. And I had in the camp at Suez, we had been buying. We had money. We got money as officers. We got it. Not much, but we had. And we were buying food from an Egyptian dealer in the middle of the camp. And we had bought lentils. And the Egyptian had bettered the weight and had put some stonies into the lentils. And I had a hearty bite. And suddenly one of my femur teeth was cracked to the up to the root. Well, with this tooth, I boarded the ship, and I said to the British, as soon as possible, I need a dentist in one of the harbors. Yes, we will see what we can do for you. And when the British said to me that, it was to me like a promise, but damned, it was no promise. We touched at the ports of Aden, then far to the east to Bombay. And then we went into the south, at last it was becoming really cold. So we had invaded submarines there. And then we came up from the southeast to Durban. No dentist anywhere. And then at Durban I committed to the British, to our guards, I would now go on hunger strike. We had been always on deck of the ship 2 times a day, so we saw a lot. Hunger strike. Well, and then they became lively. And when we went to Cape Town, here along the coast, heavily guarded by planes and by some cannon boat, then we were lying between Robben Island and the harbor, in the middle, and there suddenly at night a little ship had been coming in the dark, 3 o'clock or so, and I was woken up in my hammock, and it were 2 army dentists who had to pull out the tooth. And I said, no anesthesia. And I said to myself, damn, here is the enemy, you don't make a peep, hold fast to your chair. So I did, and they pulled the thing out. It was awful, pulled it out. And they spoke a language which I half understood. And I thought to myself, now these are the Boere. You have heard from their glorious fight against the British, these good marksmen. These are some of theirs. So, aha, yeah. And they laughed amongst each other, and when they had pulled out the thing, one of them put his hand on my shoulder and said, in good Afrikaans, Jong, wat maakt die Adolf? Aha. So I said to myself, here are her friends. Yeah, naja. Yeah, we were lying there between the Robben Island and the harbor, and we're just on promenading up on the deck, and the funnel was sniffling, and the machine idling. Suddenly, full force, 90 degrees towards the harbor, and we were asked to go down. We couldn't make out a thing of it. And 1.5 years later in Canada, we are joined by a submarine captain of us, and he had been brought up in one of the Atlantic battles. One exchanges events and stories, And then one time he said yes, and I had been active in our actions at the South African coast, and then off Cape Town I had a big troop ship of the Castle class in my vision, and I wanted to send him just a fan. Fan is 4 torpedoes. I mean, it's a thing. But they found out and they rushed off. Yeah, and we compared the date, and that has been us. If he would have torpedoed us, on deck there were lying piled up rafts, thick rafts with ropes on the side. Oh, I would have gone on one of these rafts, have immigrated into South Africa already then.